I love Nottingham, the home of Robin Hood. From the bright lights of Goose Fair to the peaceful nature of the Sherwood Forest woods. There's a feeling of togetherness, unity, pure, honest, love. And that feels great like a bright summer's day at the horses down by the lake at Colic Hall. I love Nottingham. The River Trent, the embankment, the Nottingham Carnival, different cultures dancing. The diversity, just walking down Columbus Street on a Saturday. The two lions in the square stand tall with pride. And when the markets in town come alive, it gives me life. Listen, as the council house clock chimes, and depending on how many times, lets you know the time. I've been to concerts at the Motorpoint Arena, and I've been to concerts at the Nottingham Caves. I've been here all my life and I'm still amazed by this place. I love Nottingham. Sometimes I stare at Hockley's graffiti colourful walls, and sometimes I gaze at the deers running round Woollerton Hall. Supreme thrills, from chilling up at Green's Mill or up at that castle on the hill. Nottingham, I love you, and I always will. Visit Nottingham today.
Nola, and I'm representing the Hydex programme, which is one of the sponsors of the Touch Rugby World Cup. Hydex is a collaboration of a number of universities based in the Midlands, including the University of Nottingham. One of Hydex's main aims is to support industry to innovate, developing new products and services.
Well, the rugby continues to come thick and fast. Live here from Pitch 1 at the second day of the Touch Rugby World Cup 2024. We've returned to the men's 45 division. Well, it's the first game of the day for the men's 45 division, and it's Switzerland taking on the Middle East here. And well, before the changeover's even complete, what a start for the Swiss, of course playing in their red with a white trim from right to left, and they've opened up the scoring here 1-0 against this Middle Eastern side. Well, the Middle East actually played the Swiss in mixed 30s competition yesterday. They defeated them as well. Switzerland's 27s women's side beaten by England, the hosts, yesterday also at Highfields, but this is the opening of the 45s category. We heard from Gianluca Fecci earlier today, playing for Wales, formerly of Italy as well, 45s. About how excited they are for the competition, also how they do feel as though they could stand a good chance here. And the Swiss, well, from early opinions at least, could be a bit of a surprise package. Lovely work around the corner, and Prudence Wetford on the run. Wetford again into touch. Here's Kilminster. Here's Kilminster again. Men's 45s, men's a 45 plus. Great carry by Wetford. He could be in here. Oh, lovely hands. James Weston goes over for the Swiss. And the Middle East are looking a little bit shell-shocked here. Beautiful soft hands. Carved out a lot of space in that link hole. Placed that wide for the winger as well. Didn't need it. Great start for Switzerland. They go 2-0 up against the Middle Eastern touch side. Men's 45 is a large category, actually. It's two separate pools today, which isn't the case for every age group here. This is action from Pool B, which also includes Portugal, Ireland, France, England and New Zealand. Top four go through. France, England, New Zealand will be fancying themselves here. Perhaps the Swiss could slip into fourth place. Over on Pool B, the likes of Australia, Wales, Fiji, Chile, Jersey and Spain face off. For now, though, it's the Middle East looking to get back on level terms. They've got some work to do to reach that margin. Well, referee having some stern words. Middle Eastern player, just a touch a bit too tough there. Well, there's England-Ireland in the women's 35 up next year. That's a huge game in that round-robin pool before a men's 50 game between South Africa and a Fiji side who aren't looking the strongest according to a few of the on-watching officials. South Africa, on the other hand, really strong at 50s. And then Spain will take on Chile live on pitch 1 as we return for the second round of men's 45 action. And then after that, the action does continue for a little bit longer up at Highfields. Switch over to those streams, but that's how the rest of our day is looking. 4 minutes into this game, Switzerland can't convert their third attack. So here come the Middle East. Crossing over the Swiss halfway line, into touch goes Spencer Dando. He's got Andrew Tom there at the back, but it's a turnover, unfortunately. So here come the Swiss in response. Up over halfway, here's Buttshaw. Carried in by Jamie Nettleton. Weston. Ball back on the inside. Weston plays half and returns it to Wayford. Credence Wayford is finding gaps all over the place here, and he looks to create again. Ball back on the inside, looking for Gavin Maloney. Finds him, but that's the 6th touch. The Swiss continue to trouble the Middle Eastern defence here. Well, Middle East up over the halfway. Shoulder in there from Gregory Boucher. From Andrew at 9, playing the traditional role. Big carry from Nathan Stanley. Oh, good carry, sliding in from range. But that's a touch. Penalty, however, 6 more. Daniel Walker almost over. And here they come with touches to play with. Nice step off the right from Walker. Stanley, Walker again. Another touch, they've got a few more in the locker, but Stanley will strike. Over he goes, and this time, well, I was going to say this time the score is given and the whistle went, but the referee has given a forward pass instead. The Swiss even thought they might have conceded, and what a little show and go to get them started here. Oh, but they've been penalised on the ground. Disappointing. Big chance for the Middle East to strike. Still driving up through the centre. Here's Walker again. Little show and go. Looking to pick out Spencer Dando, but instead takes the touch. Alistair Thorne. There at the half. Oh, and he's just put it down. That'll be a turnover. Switzerland back with it. Desperate to get out of their own half in this first 10 minutes. Here they go, the Swiss. Lovely little weighted ball onto the inside. They've got a good handle on the softer passes. Well, Switzerland have a mixed open side, a men's 30 and a women's 27, as we saw in action yesterday at Highfields. This is their 4th side who are competing in the competition at men's 45 level. Well, hunted down in the end. Tui Malcolm Warua in the centre. Here he is. Malcolm Warua finds the pass out wide towards Pookie. Back inside for Warua. Juggle there, but Warua keeps a hold of it. Boucher. They go down the line here. Is there a bit of space out wide? Well, the final touch there was on Max Lowe, and it brought an end to that most recent assault. A penalty there. There will in fact be 6 more touches for Switzerland. Got a bit of time to assess their options. They're a long way out. Now head box side. Good yards made on the transition. Switzerland with 2 early scores. Since then, it's quietened down a bit here on pitch 1 at Riverside. Lovely inside pass from Credence Wayford. And that's a good take as well. Looking to use up all 6. Quick pick up. A final strike perhaps. There's the ball inside. Wayford caught. Another touch in the locker. Maloney. Touch made, turnover, Middle East. Well, we return to action for the men's 45 for the last game of the day. England take on this Middle Eastern side, while Switzerland play France in a pretty local derby. We, of course, have Spain-Chile, that all at 4:30. In a promising position here, the Middle East. Touch taken by Thorne. There's a short line back on the inside. But the touch was made. The Swiss protect their borders for now. Well, the Swiss have worked this really well into the 10. Lovely little jinxing run, that time from Nettleton. Real live wire for the Swiss. Weston. Good pick-up. Chance here. Weston back with it. Touch made. Kilminster's pass results in nothing but a turnover for the minute. Halfway through the first half. Bit of a stalemate after those 2 early opening scores for Switzerland, including one of the fastest in the competition. Still getting sat down when they opened up their accounts. Turnover then, all touches used. Switzerland make it to the box, but they look content to play with their pod for the moment. They've lost a couple of players to the subs bench. Great footwork. And a lovely take as well from James Weston. Well, the Swiss have got a couple of players in there who look like they can unlock a defence. The Middle East, however, at the moment are contained. Not sure how long that will remain the case. Here they come again on transition. Carried on by Daniel Walker. And Dando. Here's Warua. Warua again involved. Gets the pass away on the inside to Gregory Boucher. And that'll be 6 touches up from the Middle East. Both sides hammering away at each other, unable to convert. This is a better transition from the Swiss, almost. The ball on the floor was just juggled. That's a nice pass from Maloney. Penalised again. Game is being hung out to dry at the moment. 2 early scores, and since then, neither side able to really take a hold of this game. Good defence this time from the Swiss, but the Middle East in a threatening position. There's the long ball. One more pass outside perhaps, but the touch was made on Adrian Yewi. Looking for another ball. What a pass that it was to pick out Adrian Yerwi, but he couldn't hold on to it. He may have been touched as well by the Swiss defender. Regardless, the Swiss now transition. Can anyone unlock this game, really? Switzerland with 2 early scores, and they've settled on that lead since then. It's Kilminster playing it out wide. Switzerland, well structured, make their changes. Weston hands it off. Wedford on the wraparound. There's a little step off the left from Maloney. Turned over. Oh no, in fact the penalty has gone Switzerland's way. Adrian Yerwi went to claim back possession. 6 minutes to go. And this is the best opportunity either side has had in the last 10 minutes of this first half. Pick up from Weston. Numbers up if they can use them. Oh, it's textbook. And it's a photocopy of their earlier try. Daniel Walker drifting into the link space. And that's a move that's borne them some fruit already today. Oh, well, hang on a moment. The score hasn't been given. And the Middle East all of a sudden are breaking away. Great run from Yerwi. Well, the referee gave the call not to give that try after the Swiss had already retreated. They thought it was textbook, but struck off by our match officials. Now the Middle East perhaps with a chance to punish the unaware Swiss defence, who have got themselves into a good shape now. But here's Dawson, caught at the 7. Nathan Stanley looking to draw in defenders. Great line. Could be one more pass out wide, but well, the winger was not in the position that the link wanted him to be. It's quite an ambitious ball over the top. Switzerland escaped that scare. They feel like they should have another on the board. Little show and go. Swiss looking to turn the screw, but Carl Dawson makes another touch. He's really slowing down a little bit here. Switzerland then with 6, just inside the 10 as the rain begins to rear its head a touch here on Riverside. Hoping the weather might hold out till the evening. There's a bit of sun cracking through the clouds, but the next hour or so is looking a little bit dangerous, as is this position for the Middle East. Here come the Swiss again. Lovely ball to the left-hand side. Kilminster goes over. Offside is given to the defender, so the Swiss do have a third. They've been knocking at the door for the last 4 minutes or so, and the persistent pressure has culminated in a third score. The Middle East now trail by 3. And they haven't looked too dangerous so far. Well, the Middle East here, desperate for an opportunity. Good ball out to the right. Dawson caught. Big opportunity this for the Middle East on the stroke at half-time. They can really do with taking something into the break. Great line from Thorne. Thorne is over. but it's not been given. It's another touch. Middle East have a couple more in the bank following that penalty. Here is Thorne again. Boucher all the way out to Dawson. Lovely line by Boucher, back to Dawson. Surely now they will score. And it has been given. That's the first try for the Middle East with a minute to go in this first half. Good quick hands. Lifted off the deck by Max Lowe. A nice ball from Gregory Boucher. Carl Dawson over for the Middle East first score. They still trail by 2, but the Swiss will feel like they should have got maybe a few more on the board before half-time. And they've got a chance with a minute to go to right that wrong. Into touch goes James Weston. Good pick-up by Whetford. Whetford again, scoops it off the deck. Could be a chance here. Sliding in goes Kilmister. It looked like there was a touch made. Indeed there was. Back to the 7 they go. Whetford. Good line from Whetford on the inside. Gets Switzerland up to the 7. Good ball back across. Beautiful hands from Whetford, and he set Daniel Kilmister on his way for another try before the break. Prudence Whetford is having some game here for Switzerland. Look at that lovely pass to deceive Tui Malcolm Warua. And Daniel Kilmister, the beneficiary. That will take us through to half-time. The Middle East got one right at the death, but Switzerland still had time to respond, and that's left us where we are with a 4-1 lead in favour of the red and white. 20 minutes still to play as the heavens begin to open here. We'll see how that affects play with 20 minutes still to come in this men's 45 encounter live from the Touch Rugby World Cup in Nottingham.
That klaxon, that brings half-time. Just a note to spectators and anybody who is watching any other games. Spectators. Throughout the day, I appreciate it's a bit late now, but we have 2 more days here and 6 more days of the event. If you are within the blue marker of the field of play and you are asked by a volunteer to stand back, please do so. This is for your safety, the player's safety, referee safety. If you are within the marked area and you are asked to move back, we ask you to do so. As the rain is coming down, make sure you stay in your tent to stay dry so you don't get too cold. But still do try to drink on plenty of fluids to stay hydrated. If you have any questions regarding the final games of the day, please do make your way to either the information tent or forward control. Just to reiterate, the blue markers around the field of play are there for a reason. If you are outside, a member of the volunteer team, the event team, or referees or staff, please move back. Your safety, player safety, and the referee safety. And as always throughout the day, in front of the Brazilian group one, we ask that you do not use this as a form of transit point. Please make your way to the left of the pavilion and around the road. This is to preserve that space and also not to interfere with any of the equipment as using the toilet. And as we're heading towards the 2-minute warning, don't forget we do have the fan zone with red and all beverages and also the screen which you need to cover. The next transfer repurchase in the merchandise tent. You are wanting to grab some items from this year's event. Ladies and officials, this is your 2-minute warning. Players and officials, 2 minutes. Time to rain, ladies and gentlemen, so do be mindful if you are on one of the further fields, get on cover and stay dry, stay warm. Ladies and officials, this is your 1 minute warning for the second half. Ladies and officials, 1 minute. Officials, 30-second warning. 30 seconds. Ladies and officials, stand by.
Here we go then, the second half is upon us and the Middle East trail by 4 to this impressive Swiss 45 men's side, live here on pitch 1 at Riverside at the Touch Rugby World Cup. If the first half is anything to go off, the Swiss are in for their first victory in the very first round of men's 45 fixtures. As we've spoken about previously, it's a double pool action here at the men's 45s. There's a lot of teams competing for that quarter-final spot, which will go to the top 4 teams from the 2 pools. This pool, Pool B, includes New Zealand and England, as well as France. So a really tough way to enter the group. Switzerland here need a win, and then hopefully see off a couple more, the likes of Portugal perhaps, maybe Ireland. The rain is pouring as well. I had a chat with some of the camera crew here with Next Gen at the half-time interval, who suggested that I think the rain's going to come in a few minutes. I said, what do you mean? The sun's just come out for the first time today. And then as soon as we went live again, it is pouring it down. Just after the US game, of course. Big win for the USA against Japan in the men's 55s. There'll be a bit more action from the men's 50s later when South Africa play Fiji. And we return to the men's 45 when Chile take on Spain. Before both those games, England take on Ireland in the women's 35s, but it could be Switzerland sliding in. Gavin Maloney out on that right wing. It's a really well executed try. Right from the tip off here, they took their time, Switzerland. And that's a long ball. And in fact, can't take it off Rob Milnes, who's the scorer. Just entered the field of play. Freshly on in the white cap, which is a part of the Swiss uniform, as you might be able to tell. Back come the Middle East then. They did score close to the end of that first half. It was confounded by another Swiss try immediately after, and well, they started strongly here as well. Here's Warua, there at the half again. But options inside and out, floats it out to Tom Andrew, who is caught at the line. Switching on the transition, that just looks like a bit of a mistake on the ground. Instead, they've got the soft hands going again. Just clinical catch pass from the Swiss. They made it to the box, and here come the changes. Lovely ball on the inside as the rain persists. There's threat of sunshine somewhere in the clouds here. blow over in the moment and let us play a bit more expansively. But Wetford again involved. He's over. And I think they're going to give the try. Daniel Walker was the closest to him, but it's another score that Credence Wetford has had a big part of here. Got a great assist just before the break, and now here he is going alone. Just got enough pace to get on the outside of a flying Daniel Walker. Had a great game. Swiss number 10. 6-1, Middle East in trouble. They've got some real work to do here. I like to keep things a bit tighter here on Riverside Pitch 1, but unless they switch on here, we could be in for a bit of a rollover. Only had a few of those today. Oh, and that's been put down, an unforced error. The rain playing a part, perhaps. Oh, but a penalty, I think. It's gone the Middle East way. A bit of respite for them. They could do with a try here to get the second half on track. An early score, and well, who knows? Comeback could be on as well. The rain has just picked up in intensity. It'll blow over quickly, one hopes, as the Middle East are on the attack through Fraser Hudson. To the wing they go. Lovely footwork, looking to get on the outside. But Carl Dawson is caught. Middle East's sole try scorer so far. Thorne, Walker. Max Lowe there, off his wing to help out. It's Thorne and Walker through the middle. And then lifted by Lowe, bit of pace into the attack. Alistair Thorne is caught. I think he's going to lose another 10 yards here. A bit of back chat, but the referee just explaining his decision, which is valiant of him. He could have well just sent Alistair Thorne on his way. Penalty Switzerland. They head towards the box on that left-hand side. Good transition, there's the touch. At least were appealing for one earlier, but it wasn't given. Of course, honesty, a big part of the game of touch, but if the referee doesn't call it either, we'll roll play on. Well done to keep a hold of that. Oh, lovely step. Beautiful work from Maloney. Almost away. Overran it a touch. He did really hold to keep a hold of that, Maloney, and then a little show and go. Oh, a lovely step, but he's just got himself a bit confused there with James Weston, the two of them mixing up their lines. And the Swiss, they may have taken their foot off the gas in the last few moments as they were defending the Middle East deep, but they've got a little spark about them. Middle East up to halfway. The big question about these sides in this pool is, you know, can they challenge the likes of England and New Zealand, and Wales as well? As Jean-Luc Fetchy was telling us earlier, have a good side, they're feeling confident. So there's some talent in this pool. Now have to overcome one of France, New Zealand, England, Ireland. They want to get into this semi-final. This is the right way to go about it, though, for Switzerland. They hunt for a top 4 place and a berth in the quarter-final. Middle East attack comes to an end. Switzerland with a penalty as well, right by their box. Should be a clean transition for them. And they're up to halfway. They ring in a few changes. Ball back inside, and Kilminster. Kilminster as well, getting the return. Wetford finds him and keeps it alive. Good hands. Could have been a touch and pass there if Wetford didn't hold still. Flashed across the face. Would have been some take from Charles Robinson. He was right by his toes. And now the Middle East trying to open up the pitch. They're lined up on this touchline, as you can see. And here come the changes. A plethora of them, fresh legs to challenge the Swiss line. Thorn. Penalty Switzerland. Touch and pass, I believe. Well, they're over halfway. Once again, the Swiss invading Middle Eastern territory. Particularly Swiss of them in their history. It's Wetford running the show in midfield. Here he is again. Wetford, Boucher to his right, goes to his left. Lovely miss pass, 2-on-1. Well executed. Switzerland have another. A great performance from them today. This is about injecting in pace at the right time. Wonderful miss pass. Great work from Rhys Maber to set it up. 2-on-1, well executed. Middle Eastern tap-off to come. Rhys Maber, who gave the pass before the try. Here come the Middle East then. 10 minutes to go. The game may be beyond them. But this in their opening game, they want to take a bit more away from it. Dando. Walker. Walker back with it, getting on the outside. Good run. Daniel Walker. One more to come then for the Middle East. From Andrew, getting away. Andrew with a great run. He touches down. The Swiss appeal. Up goes Kilmister's hand, and well, no try in the end. For the Swiss, in a well-structured fashion, work towards the box side. They've taken 2 touches. Here's their third. As the changes come on, but they're a little bit behind the gain line at the moment. Up over halfway now. Good pick-up. But the referee's whistle goes. Not happy with the placement of the ball there. Missed opportunity because it was an excellent scoop. Not sure they'll be too troubled at the moment, at least, where they lead by 7-1. Oh, the Swiss, the dark horses in this men's 45 competition. Who knows? We'll see how they fare later on in the day when they take on the likes of England and New Zealand, the heavy hitters in this category. Good carry for the moment though by Warua, but he's been called back. Penalty in favour of the Middle East for now. Boucher, Warua. Operating in the centre, here's Boucher. Warua takes the touch. Boucher runs a good line. Goes to the left. Interception! Here we go then. The Swiss are off to the races. Juggled on halfway, but I don't think he'll be caught. Excellent finish in the end, despite the best efforts of Fraser Hudson. What a pick-off that is. Coast to coast in the men's 45. Not something you see every day. And it was absolutely on. It was a good line run. He was in behind there as his support player fell, and then there's the little juggle. He thought, nope, I have done it. I have got a hold of it. What a finish. I believe it was Gavin Maloney who went all the way there. Well done, sir. It was crucial for one of the earlier scores as well in the first half, and a good game, Gavin Maloney. Looked bright. Here's Alistair Thorne, one of the Middle East's real hopes of getting back into the contest. Nathan Stanley as well. Thorne looks to free the hands. It clatters off a Swiss player. So the referee will give Switzerland possession. Touch and pass. A little bit slow to get moving there. That's one touch burnt. That's a better carry, but again, the dump is a little bit slow. How about that then, to get Switzerland rolling? Fortunately, a turnover. I don't believe there was a touch in the end from Spencer Dando. Five touches inside the 10 for the Middle East. Max Lowe lifted to Daniel Walker. Walker jinks the inside and out. Gets it on the return from Dawson. Dawson with a pick up. Walker to his right. He does find him. Down he goes. Touch made by Rhys Maber, but the referee calls him offside. So the Middle East do have one back. Good interplay between the two middles. That's a nicely weighted pass, falling as he caught it as well. Daniel Walker is the scorer for Middle East touch. About 5 minutes to go. Switzerland have won their first game in the men's 45 competition. And how can they finish it? Oh, well, there's a foot in there, perhaps from Gregory Boucher. Indeed, that's the referee's decision. 6 touches for Switzerland then.
Talk, boys, talk, brother!
Well, that ball was dislodged, so it will be a few more for Switzerland. Wedford takes the touch. Here goes Kilmister. Finds the pass to Weston. Sandwiched between a few white and black jerseys. Here's Weston. He'll challenge the line himself. He wanted the winger to run that inside line. Instead it's a turnover. That's all 6 up then for the Swiss. Here go the Middle East then. 5 minutes to go. They'd love another one on the board. That's a good transition because it's a good carry from Murray Leslie. Unfortunately, that's all they will have to play with. Penalty on halfway for the Swiss. The penalties, they come thick and fast here. It can be for a touch too hard or a ill placement of the ball, a forward pass. Referees are always sharp with their decisions. Keen to get the game moving again. Here's Stefan Eskerig. Oh, that's another turnover, I'm afraid. Just the 6 touches all up for Switzerland. They won't mind. They're still defending in Middle Eastern territory. They cross the halfway. Low into touch. Dawson. There's Walker again. Finds Dawson. Dawson with the scoop. Big miss pass. Almost an excellent take under a lot of pressure there from Spencer Dando. Hudson. Still time for the Middle East to grab a couple more. Hudson's over. Drops down low, but he's been caught. Touch called. Middle East with one more crack at the whip. Carl Dawson. Daniel Walker all the way wide. Is it on here for Adrian Yerwi? Gets the pass away. Knock on. Alex Rideau almost in. Here comes the Swiss transition. It's been very clean today. Big part of how they've managed to rack up such a scoreline. 8-2. Another man who's been a big part of it in the middle there, Credence Wetford. Oh, inside and outside, quick hands, but touch and pass to the referee. Rhys Maber thought he might have been in there. And the Swiss are in retreat. Good carry through the centre Boucher gets it back on the inside. Great pick up. Stepping off the left, Alistair Thorne over the top and slips out of the hands of Arnel Pookie. With a minute and a half to go, Switzerland have it back. And they will eat up their 6 touches, get some substitutes on and see off this game. Well, a minute to go. The Middle East defended well. That last attack of 6. They've got perhaps one more strike left in them. Nathan Stanley. Warua. Warua still working through the centre, and well, that sums up the game perhaps, with a few bright sparks that have led to the tries, but all in all it's been an efficient performance from the Swiss. Nothing special perhaps to see off the Middle East, but enough maybe to inspire them to take on some of the big boys in this pool. Well, the hooter sounds bang on 40, and that will bring an end to this men's 45 encounter. Switzerland, from the very start, scored a frighteningly quick try, and from then they didn't let up. They went into the break in front and on top, and they'll continued in the second half, where they looked very bright throughout, and perhaps they have a hope of qualifying through to the quarter-finals in this men's 45 competition, if they can see off the likes of Portugal and others in their group. Well, leave you with a few of the highlights here as we look ahead to our next game. England take on Ireland in the women's 35. Mel will be back for that one, a 35 specialist that she is, and plenty of familiar names among the English side from the most recent outings in the club and regional finals. That intercepts the highlight of the game, most certainly. Well, we'll be back very shortly for another game live here from Riverside at the Touch Rugby World Cup 2024 here in Nottingham.